Hi, I'm Ingrid. I'm a librarian. My pronouns are they, them. I've decided to do HRCYED, the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, and I'm going to do some vlogs about it. I don't think they're going to be super fancy or anything. I just can't see that being the case, but I just really like reading. I read a lot, and it would be cool to sort of gamify that. So I'm doing the 2.0 challenge, but I've decided to add on some of the first year's prompts as well as like bonuses, because it'd be cool to try and do some of them. I think the main focus for me is to try and read books that are maybe outside of my comfort zone. And in particular, I would really like to read all of the books that I have a physical copy of on my shelf that I haven't read yet. Also, I've got quite a few books that I downloaded onto my Kindle quite a while ago. It would also be really good to read a load of stuff off of NetGalley that I haven't read or reviewed, because it would be so good to get my review rate back up on there. It's quite bad, or it's not great, so that would be really cool. So yeah, I'm not sure how fancy any of the videos are gonna be, and I'm not sure how good at reviewing books I really am. I'll just quickly show you my challenge. So I'm doing 1.0, and I've added the 2.0 ones at the bottom just as bonuses, really. I guess it's like possible to achieve some of these while focusing on 2.0. And yeah, the main bulk of the books will be from my TBR list, which is my physical owned books on my shelf, and I'll show you those. I also have loads of books out from the library as well, so we will just see how it all goes. As part of the challenge, there is a section that is my challenge to myself, and that will be to read these books on this shelf. Overall, I just want to read more and look at the internet less where I can. But yeah, I've been enjoying other people's kind of videos about what they're going to do, and I like the original videos from HRCYED, and I like the challenge, and I love the spreadsheet. So that's all that I needed to make me want to do this, was a spreadsheet basically. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm not sure how long any of these videos are going to be. I'm also just not gonna go through and explain the whole challenge. I think you should just watch the video by HRCYED, and so yeah, I'm not assuming you don't know anything about this. I'm assuming you came here because you've already watched the original video or some other videos. So I'm not gonna spend a load of time doing that. I'm just trying to keep things like really concise. So my TBR cart is literally a library cart, and these are library books, so they're not counted. They're just, this is my hoarding place for them. Or actually, that one's been borrowed for somebody else. And two of these ones have as well, but they're, yeah, I should probably put them down there too, because they're not technically on my TBR, but they kind of are as well. I don't know. Anyway, so this is my physical TBR. Yeah, these are the books I want to definitely read in the next 12 months. It would be so great if I could. I don't know how realistic it is, because a lot of them will be quite challenging. And sometimes I just like to read junk novels because it's fun. So yeah, these ones are the ones that I get more kudos for from myself. The biggest challenge right now is that it is the 23rd of June, and what I really like to do is finish the 4 books that I'm currently reading before the 1st of July, so I can start with a blank slate. Not sure if that's going to happen. I will show you some of those books. Firstly, we have this book called I Hate Everyone But You. It's by Gabe Dunn and Alison Raskin. Obviously got published before Gabe changed his name. I'm that much through it. I think I could get this done in one evening if I like really tried, because it's kind of like a modern epistolary novel in that it's like emails and text messages. It's quite easy to read. It feels like it's their voices, the people who wrote it. So it's quite easy and nice and fun. It's kind of a YA or a new adult novel, potentially. Yeah, super easy read. I found it in a charity shop for £1, so I was pleased about that, because I think it is literally imported from America. I don't know if it came out in the UK. Don't know. Maybe it did, but yeah. So yeah, that's one book that I need to read before everything starts. Another one I need to read before July is The Dispossessed by Ursula K. Le Guin. I was struggling with this, but I have now got almost 100 pages in, and it's picking up, but it's quite intense. So I have a book club I'm reading it for. I would never normally read this kind of thing, so this is kind of like why I would like to do a reading challenge, really, because I don't tend to read genre, i.e. like science fiction, fantasy, thriller, crime, whatever the other ones are, and this challenge will kind of push me to do that, so it will be good for me to try and do that. The other book I'm reading is this one. It's called Sour Sweet by Timothy Moe. This was a Booker Prize shortlister probably quite a long time ago, because this was published in 1982. And again, I haven't got that far through it, but I'm enjoying it. It's reminding me of The Dispossessed as well, in a way too, because they're both books where there's kind of like one thing that's happening in one chapter, and then another thing that's happening in another chapter, and then it just goes back and forth between these two things. So there's a lot to kind of hold in your head. Anyway, I picked this up from a charity shop a long time ago because I thought it looked really interesting. And it's about the Chinese community in 60s London. So I am enjoying it so far, but I haven't read a lot of it yet, to be fair. 48 pages out of 278, so I think that might be a stretch. I think this one might be a stretch. Also, this one, In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. Basically, I've had this on my Kindle downloads for like 10 years, and I never could get past like the first chapter, which, to be fair, is a very long chapter. Yeah, the first chapter is like 84 pages, so I could never get past that. And so then I found a free like a copy in a free little library type thing that's ex-library copy, so that's why it's got this plastic cover on it. And I figured maybe the physical version of this will be easier for me to engage with. I'll be honest, I'm basically got to the exact same point and put it down again, and yeah, I just haven't got any further with that one either. So realistically, these two I might not get done before 1st of July. I'm not counting any of these books towards HRCYED because I've obviously started them before July. I'm going to start on July the 1st. So yeah, I would like to read as many of them as possible before July starts. Whether or not I will, different story. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will update you